Greetings, welcome to my first look at Command & Conquer. The NDA has finally been lifted, so now I can show you videos of the game, in addition to talking about it and all that good stuff. So, that's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and do a skirmish with hard artificial intelligence with all the factions represented. Of course, they're not really that hard. The AI is still in development, so yeah, it's going to be pretty easy. I'm pretty sure anyways. I've fought them before. They weren't really that hard in the past. This is a new update, though, so let's take a look.
This is it.
So we're going to go ahead and start out by building a command center, which in this game generates a little bit of electricity, so you don't have to build a power plant right away. It's kind of nice, although I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. It's a change. I don't like change. They can never just take this game and just copy it and make it bigger, can they? They always got to just fuck with it. That's alright, though. I actually like this. It's pretty fun. Let's go ahead and build an oil derrick there. The way this game handles the oil derricks is that instead of capturing a building, you build a building on the spot. So it's kind of a replacement for the black markets and hackers and supply depots, because now you don't have any income-generating buildings. You actually have to capture oil derricks and use the supplies that are given to you. Which, I actually like that. I think it makes it a little bit, well, you gotta be more aggressive in this game, basically. Let's go ahead and build some flame towers, and we'll stick this one back a little bit just to funnel them into that concrete area a little bit. I don't think that's really gonna help, but it's common sense defense right there. Let's go ahead and toss down another one next to the oil derrick. And that makes 5 harvesters, so we got a basic economy going, basic security. Let's go ahead and get to work on the war factory. Right when I have enough money.
I'm going to get out and ride in the back. We build better than anyone. Stay awake! You don't have to tell us twice.
And we'll go ahead and put a flame turret there as well, just seal it up nice and tight for the beginning.
Ready to build anything.
There we go. That should interrupt any unwanted visitors for at least the first 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and build some links. They're anti-ground recon vehicles. They're pretty much good against everything, but they've been toned down quite a bit since I last played. So let's see how far they've been toned down. Hopefully they're not completely useless, because then I've just made a terrible mistake by spending my early money on them. Alright, definitely not putting up any power-consuming buildings until I get into the power plant. Or a power plant. I'm just so used to the older styles, you know, by now I'd have a power plant. This would be my second one, but nope. It's quicker, though. Maybe it's not so bad. Alright, let's divide these guys up next to the towers here. That ought to fortify just enough for me to concentrate on building some more stuff.
Construction here.
Definitely need another supply center. They up the cost on them for China, and they need to, because look at how quick I'm collecting off of one pile. If I had all 3 of these piles with supply centers for, you know, 1,200, I would be pretty rich pretty fast. And I'm going to go ahead and build the harvesters out of the old supply center. That way they'll be ready right when this is up.
Fun, sir.
The cranes are only 150 credits, and the harvesters are 300, so it's not nearly as expensive to expand and build as it was in the old game, and I kind of appreciate that. Well, GLA had a definite advantage when it came to the expansion, you know? And we're going to go ahead and upgrade the command center to Tier 2. That'll give me access to the heavy war factory, I want to call it the strategy center, but I think it's something else, intelligence center or something like that. Then I can build all the fancy stuff.
Harvester here. Hold on with the upgrade. Test it out.
All right, now we got a nice economy going.
Let's floor it.
You know what? I think I'll extend it one more. Why not?
More fun, sir. Use the faster road. I'm resourceful.
And same strategy as last time. Just have the harvesters ready to go. On the topic of the harvesters, the Chinese harvesters are all capable of firing machine gun fire now, which is really handy. The GLA harvesters can also throw Molotovs, which is definitely nice as well. And the EU harvesters are helicopters, and I haven't seen them fire anything. I think they're just, they can be upgraded to be transports, though. So I think that evens out nicely. I really like what they did with the gatherers and builders and all that. It's close enough to generals, but they changed it in ways that I think are actually positive. So, big approval for that. Although I miss the days of sniping somebody's dozer or using a Black Lotus on them and taking it, but that was unfair. Especially if you're a GLA and you got like a power plant and you got like the 2x build bonus. Ooh, that was nasty. Churning out demo bikes at twice the speed, that's just not easy to deal with. Alright, so I got some spending money. Let's make... I think I want an airfield, actually, and make some helicopters. China actually has some really nice helicopters this time around. They kind of gone away from the whole F-16s and all that, and you just build them out of the... Well, okay, I'm not explaining that well. In generals, you had the airfield, and you could store 4 jets in it and build helicopters out of it. This time, you just have a building that shoots out helicopters. It's nothing special, but it is less complex, and I haven't seen any units like the Aurora jets, which were... Well, I don't want to say they're too cheap, because you couldn't get them till the later portion of the game anyways, but, man, once they got introduced into the battle, it changed things over. So here we have the nuke artillery, the Sunstorm cannon or some shit. Anyhow, long range, anti-tank, anti-infantry. Real nice, I like it.
This tank's not big enough.
Well, nope. Okay, well, fuck. It's just not... Okay, fine. We'll show you this one. It can deploy a uranium shell, so you can, create radiation clouds with it.
I'll be there.
So that's nice. I haven't found any force fire buttons, so I can't just force it to lob nuclear shells and choke points. Which sucks, because that was actually a really viable strategy. Now you can't do that. They're accurate enough, and, they're pretty responsive, so it's not totally shit, but it's not like I'm used to. I guess that's the way to put it. Some of this stuff I know I need to adjust to, but other portions of it I can just tell it's just not exactly right. But it's still in the alpha, so all things considered, it's looking pretty damn good. Oh, a special note about the graphics. These aren't the final graphics by any means. It's limited to 30 frames per second. You can't change the texture quality, lighting quality, or any of that. The only thing you can change is the resolution, and I'm recording in 720p right now as kind of a test. I'll probably up the resolution or change my recording method depending on how well it looks, but we'll just go with this for starters since it's not, you know, nothing complex. So I have the, no, I forget what the little choppers right there, but they're basically Comanches. They're like Comanches with napalm attacks, if that makes any sense. Building a couple of those with some helixes, gonna get some propaganda towers going, some overlords to go with my nuke artillery. And we'll just get a nice mix of units. Someone's building something here. No, weird. Well, that's kind of smart. I don't have anything to shoot at them, so they're selling their shit for nothing. Although it's nice that they, the units have the common sense to run out of the way of the field of vision. That's cool. Although, I'm trying to think how that... Oh, yeah, never mind. That actually works out to the AI's advantage, if I remember right. I'm trying to... I can't remember their percentages, but... Yeah, they make money on every building they sell. So while that looks goofy, I think they just doubled their money on those 2 buildings. So that's worrisome, but I guess it's just how it competes at the moment. As long as it's hard, because the AI before this was just piss pants easy. You could just walk. You can spam it just about any unit. I don't think it would matter. You can spam the rocket tanks, the anything, just infantry. Anything would do. This version's a little bit different, though. If you just send tanks out after these guys, those infantry are just going to eat them up. So, really nice to see the change. It's growing, it's changing, it's getting better. If it was stagnating, I wouldn't be excited about this at all. Because honestly, it's broken. It's not fixed. It's not ready by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a finished product. That's just the nature of an alpha, but I like it for what it is now. You know, I can't make any final judgments on it, but I like the direction it's headed with a couple of concessions here and there. But, you know, it could change my mind if it proves to be well done, you know. Oh, yeah, here's the nuke attack. The other China generals have stuff like artillery. He has the nuke to where you drop that and it does damage over time. It's kind of like the bio bomb, except it's instantaneous. Kind of handy. I like it. All right, we got the heavy armor. We got... Yep, okay. Just making sure I get my propaganda towers up. So we got ground and air. I don't think I need too much else. Yeah, macro like a motherfucking boss. Okay, yeah, I got him. Let's just, yeah. There we go. That'll be a little bit easier. Let's go. Just in case. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to take him out with this force, but if not, we'll have something else.
I used to kill enemies any way I wanted. Nowadays, if I want to choke you, they say I need to bring, how you say, disinfectant.
I like the taunts too. See that button next to the menu in the top left? If you click that, your general will just say a random taunt. I like it. It's, I think it would get annoying after a while. They only have about 5 phrases each, but they sound good, and it's not some asshole going, well, I'm not going to impersonate it, but you know the type on the fucking microphones on the video games. It's concerning. I played a little bit of the Grand Theft Auto thing. I got in on that, and for the only 10 minutes that I got to play it, all I got was some assholes swearing at me in Portuguese. I can't even impersonate it, but I know they were saying something nasty to me. They're having a fun time though. But yeah. So the China commando, he's a lot like Jarman Kell if he was beefed up. Instead of just, I'll talk about it later. I kind of just want to stop these guys. We'll use a tank as a scout, and then we'll move the artillery in to finish the base off, hopefully. Let's go and deploy here. Pretty damn good range on that artillery. Although it's a little bit, I don't want to say random, but it doesn't always have the reach that you would expect it to, so you can't count on it always shooting that far, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and pick them back up. I'm fairly sure I could just do this with a couple overlords and the artillery, but it's nice to have a little backup, you know? Not to mention, it's just plain faster to kill stuff with their units. Nonetheless, I like my artillery, so it's coming with me. Oh, nice. My teammate's actually making a move. I haven't seen that yet. That's nice. The AI is getting smarter. In the previous version, the artificial intelligence on your team would basically never make a move. They just kind of sat there and they functioned kind of like a sponge, except the enemy team didn't send much at you either. So seeing the artificial intelligence actually get around on the field and do some stuff, that's nice. Although this is mostly an online game and you should be playing it online, there's a certain amount of satisfaction to just letting loose, fighting the bots, and just experimenting, you know, finding different stuff that works.
You know, your men are making
Yep, this is the final stretch. Let's just wipe these fuckers out. Let's do the firestorm. So like I said, they're like Comanches, except they can create firestorms instead of, you know, shoot them rocket pods. Which, when you think about it, it's kind of the same thing, since rocket pods was just like, you know, a bunch of little area of effect missiles. Kind of the same thing. Not really, though. Much wider range on the fire. Whatever. Inferno. That's what they called it. Yeah, Inferno. Yeah, makes sense. Hey, you know what? I'll show off some of the other stuff. We'll go ahead and put some spy cameras down and do a little bombing.
A bomb like that needs no introduction. They're building up. We have better harvesters.
So there's an example of the General's powers in action. That would be level 4, almost maxed out.
Too bad for them.
I kind of don't like how the buildings just kind of explode like piñatas. You'd think with frostbite and all that, they can make them a little bit better, but it looks like Generals. I'll give it that. I like that they didn't fuck the graphic style up. It actually looks pretty close, although everything's a lot bigger. You know, all the units are bigger, which I don't like. Maybe they could just let you zoom out more. You know, that's all that they would really need to do. They wouldn't have to resize the whole thing. Nope. I didn't think that was the last building. Oh, that does that. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats, huh? So, Ghost didn't do shit. He lost 1 unit and destroyed 0. But the Tactician helped out a little bit. He built a few buildings and destroyed a few. Anyhow, I got 150 CP, which is your experience points that you use to buy stuff like upgrades and new generals and stuff like that. It's basically how you earn the stuff in the game instead of just buying it with money. I'll say that the free-to-play is pretty well structured. It's nice. I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off or anything. Anyways, I'll get a little bit more in-depth in the game later. That'll do for now. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.